footage of the show airing on Disney Channel compared to it airing on Nickelodeon. I could barely find any videos of it, any official real videos that is. But the fact that it aired on Disney and Nickelodeon in some parts of the world is just super off to me. And unlike with Nickelodeon, it's really off seeing it on Disney. This is where like the bizarreness kicks in and it's just, no, this isn't right. This isn't right at all. Sorry, but it's not. And once again, as I said with Nickelodeon, you also have those little bumpers and whatnot telling you, you know, what'll come on after Johnny Test, and just seeing like these shows like Phineas and Ferb juxtaposed with Johnny Test is just, it's such a weird thing to see. I really don't know what I could say about it that I haven't already said for the Nickelodeon one, but it's just so strange to think that Johnny Test doesn't air on Cartoon Network in some parts of the world, but instead it airs on Nickelodeon or Disney. It's just really bizarre to see. I don't really know what else to say about Johnny Test, so allow me to move on to our next cartoon. I don't know what I could say about the Fairly Odd Parents that hasn't been said by so many other people before. Although the show has fallen from grace harder than any other cartoon out there, it is still a fondly remembered and beloved show. And even with all of this garbage coming out, that will not change the fact that the show is one of the greatest Nickelodeon cartoons ever. Except that the show doesn't air on Nickelodeon in some parts of the world. In some parts of the world, like Spain and the Czech Republic, the Fairly Odd Parents actually aired on Disney Channel. And yes, Johnny Test and the Fairly Odd Parents both aired on Disney in Spain. Wow. Now this is obviously way more bizarre than seeing Johnny Test on Nickelodeon or Disney instead of Cartoon Network, because whereas Johnny Test has a bit of a history when it comes to where the show aired and who owns the show and stuff like that, the Fairly Odd Parents is a Nickelodeon show through and through. But here's the thing, even though this is an original Nickelodeon show made by Nickelodeon themselves, internationally, the show is distributed by a company named Nelvana, and that's why the show airs on Disney rather than Nickelodeon in some parts of the world. Apparently, only the first 5 seasons of the show aired on Disney in Spain and the Czech Republic. Everything after the first half of season 5 moved on to the show's home network, Nickelodeon. I honestly wish that wasn't the case. I wish that they just left it at season 5 and that was it, because then That way, people living in Spain and the Czech Republic wouldn't have to deal with any of this garbage. They have no idea how lucky they almost were. Seriously. Something that I'm sure most of you have noticed regarding the recent Nickelodeon crossover games like Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl or the Nickelodeon Car Racers trilogy is that there is no Fairly OddParents representation in any of those games, despite how huge and how beloved the show is. And I've seen a few people claim that this is the reason why, because there could be potential legal issues and whatnot regarding Nelvana owning the first half of the show. And like, people say this is the reason why the Fairly OddParents isn't in any of the recent Nickelodeon crossover games, but I really doubt that, because if you look at the older Nicktoons crossover games, you will see that Timmy is there, perfectly fine, with no problems. In fact, I have to wonder if these games even come out in Spain or the Czech Republic. Probably not, but I just imagine the idea of like a Spanish kid playing this game and wondering why a Disney character is hanging out with 3 Nickelodeon characters. The kid's probably gonna think it's a bootleg or something, I don't know. It's funny to think, though. I have to wonder as well if the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour airs in Spain or the Czech Republic. I have to wonder. I guarantee you anyone watching this video that lives in Spain or the Czech Republic is going to be super confused. They're going to be wondering why a Nickelodeon character is shaking hands with a Disney character, and it's stuff like that that just makes this whole thing extra bizarre for real. Just the idea that in some parts of the world, people don't look at Timmy Turner or Cosmo and Wanda or whatever and associate them with SpongeBob, Danny Phantom, Jimmy Neutron, anything like that. But instead they associate them with Phineas and Ferb, Kim Possible, and Jake Long. It's just super surreal. The Fairly OddParents airing on Disney instead of Nickelodeon in some parts of the world will never not be bizarre to me, and I imagine it will never not be bizarre to you either now that you have been cursed with this knowledge for the rest of your lives. However, I have run out of things to say about the Fairly OddParents being on Disney, so let us move on to our final cartoon, and let me just say, I saved the most bizarre one for last, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Here we go. I believe The Simpsons needs no introduction. Everyone knows The Simpsons, everyone loves The Simpsons. There's already a lot of information that people already know about the show. It's been on the air since 1989, technically earlier than that if you count those shorts that were made. It's the longest running cartoon of all time with over 700 episodes, and it's still going on to this very day. It's long past its prime, and its golden age has been long over for a very long time now. There's been more like mediocre dark age stuff compared to golden age stuff. Yada yada yada. I'm not here to bore you with information that you already know. I'm here to tell you something new, something interesting, something very bizarre, something that will genuinely surprise everyone watching this, more so than Johnny Test airing on Nickelodeon and Disney, or the Fairly OddParents airing. Trust me, you guys are not prepared for this. You are not prepared. Sometime in 2006, in the Philippines, The Simpsons aired.
Hey, it's Alfo. Come into the live stream of our Focus Radio Show at Event on October 2nd.
On Cartoon Network. I am not joking about this. This is real. This actually happened. And it is insane. Now, unfortunately,
Ha ha ha.